Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over a couple. Well, I'm going to go over DXY. Start seeing more of that on Twitter and in tubes a little bit. And then I'm going to go over two coins that I'm bullish on: NakamotoGames and Bitcoin. Show you what I'm going to be doing with those, what I've already done. Okay. So here's the deal, guys, with the DXY. I think it's pretty simple, straightforward. On an asset like this, you really need to go out to the monthly chart. It's been around for a while. Obviously, it's a currency, dollar against other currencies. Primarily, I think the euro and maybe the yen or the whatever the Japanese dollar is over there, guys. So, you want to go out. So you obviously can see, and then like I remember what was it when it was over here, August 22. This was supposed to do the moonshot up to 160. And now it's over here, and now it's supposed to do the drop down to 74. Usually the reality, start calling this reality crypto, is that it's going to be somewhere in between. So the moon boys on the DXY, we're wrong, obviously. And now you got the moon boys for the risk on assets, if you will, come down here. But the DXY is going to follow these moving averages: the 9, the 21, the 40, and the 200 period. Simple moving average, guys, for the most part. Okay. So what I would be looking for here, you see how this 9's curling around, it's going to come back through there. It's telling you it's actually still going bearish. So it's my projections for this is actually down, which could be good for risk on assets. And it's breaking the 21 here, and more than likely it's going to be coming down to test the this 40 period moving average, guys, but it's not going to break the 200. So I got these extended out. You can see boom, boom, boom. And I would expect something like this with the DXY, guys. It's kind of going to be a grind. So it dumped and it's over in this area, maybe something like this. And it's probably just going to do a grind like right down to here. And then my ultimate targets for the DXY is going to be right in this zone. And it might come back down going into December, January, okay, of 24, excuse me. December 23, January 24, kind of something like that, guys, okay? And that would be good for Bitcoin. That'd be good for risk on assets. Not to say that it's a guarantee, but they have a better shot of them going up while this potentially could go down. That's not always a guarantee, guys, because the DXY can trend up while the risk on assets go up too. That has happened before. You check the 1990s. DXY was trending up like this, just like this. And all the risk on tech stocks were going up just like that too. So I just wanted to go over that. I don't think it's going to get down to 75. Actually, I'm looking at a realistic target is about 95 for the DXY, guys. Good for the risk on assets. But now let's go over a couple coins I'm going to go over with you guys. NakamotoGames here, guys. So I decided to, let me go to a weekly chart. Exit out on NakamotoGames here, about 45 cents. Okay. NakamotoGames is very, very strong asset. You can see that a mega impulse move off the bottom from 6 cents. And the moving averages look really, really good on this weekly chart. You don't have the 200 because obviously it hasn't been around long enough to make one of those. But this all looks really, really good. So the reason I exited is if you take a look, let me put these fair value gaps on here, guys. So on the weekly fair value gap, the target area I would be looking for NakamotoGames is right here, guys. Half fill on that, just like so. So right about 34, 35 cents, just like that, okay? It's going to come back down. So you come on to the daily, and you see these moving averages. Very, very bullish setup. That's what you want to see, bullish. Came back down, tested the 21, could come back up here, boom, and then back down to this area. And you can see there's some gaps there, gap there. So that's what I would be planning for. And it would still be bullish if it comes down into this area. Come back out to the weekly, okay, and take a look at this other data down here. You can see for NakamotoGames, right? So this little move right here, boom. Okay, on the stochastics. And then that was the third wave peak. All right, came back around through here. So you can see it came all the way back down through there. You can see it just trended sideways, but the stochastics on the weekly went all the way back down here. Okay. Telling you you're going to have a shot up. That's hidden bullish divergence. So from this peak to this peak, you had hidden massive amount of hidden bull on the stochastics, telling you that it was going to do this shot. Okay. But now it's really peaked really high. So I'm pretty confident that NakamotoGames is probably did like one of these over here. Okay. So you can see how this went way up, but it only went up right there. That was the start of that first wave. And then this third wave of third, fourth, fifth wave. And then this wave over here. So I'm looking at a 34-cent hit for NakamotoGames, which is right about there to do a re-entry. Okay, guys. And then more than likely, if Bitcoin's going to be making a move, this could make a pretty good shot, guys, over here for NakamotoGames. You know, it's very, very, you can see all the interest in it through here. And this is, I mean, even long-term hold on this, guys. I mean, this thing is, you know, a year or 18 months from now, you know, definitely hit this supply zone. The next one is going to be this one up here, guys. You know, you have a lot of insufficiency right here. Boom. That's $1.96. And, you know, once it starts getting on there, it turns this into support. Boom. And then it's off. But that's a long ways down the road. But this is my short-term plan with that. NakamotoGames, very, very bullish. Very, very bullish, guys. You have a higher probability of this coming down correct. Boom, going back up. You're going to have a higher probability to make gains in this than you are in Render Coin right now until Render Coin gets down there and finishes its correction, in my opinion. I'll go over that real quick too. In my opinion, it's coming back down where the area I thought it was. So now the other one too, Vaiot coin, AI coin, registered secured in Europe. Most of you probably already know that. And this section right here, come out to the daily, checking this one out. So it's testing on the daily, it's 40. So right here on Vaiot coin, in my opinion, you can see that peak right there that it made. It made a peak right here. And then you have candle bodies that went just above it. Okay. Right in this area. So here's a candle body peak back down. And then here's candle bodies up here. More than likely what you're looking at right there is a little impulse move. Boom, 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 3, 4, 5. Okay. And you can see right here, it started coming down. Okay. Like this section and came back down. So I still think it's in a correction. It's just taking its time on the correction. I'm expecting a hit back down here, 0.073 and maybe as low as 0.062 for this move. Now, one thing about Vaiot coin, guys, is that it could do like, it might take off. It might not take off right away. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then over here, it's testing it. Maybe it bounce and then boom, 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 back down to this section like that. Okay. Put it on black, something like that. And then this area, what could happen with Vaiot coin is it might just make another little impulse and then come back down and then get out of there, guys. Don't know what it's going to do from there. But at this point, I would be looking at this zone for Vaiot coin. Okay. That's what it looks like it wants to test. So I come back out to the weekly. Let me put on fair value gaps here. Okay. Has that gap. I don't think it's going to come down and get that gap, guys. I just don't think it's going to do it. I think it's going to be in this area, massive support area back down here, and then it could get out of there for a pretty decent shot. Okay. A realistic shot between now and the end of the year up to there, you know, 4 or 5x potentially. Definitely bull flag. Let me check the daily again real quick. Okay, there you go. So on the daily, here's a fair value gap right here. 0.072, the bottom of it, 0.06, and then my target zone is right on that daily fair value gap. So definitely think it's a correction. Okay, clear that up. Correction back down to here, and then there'll be a move over here. You know, I'm hoping that it won't do like 1, 2, and then another 1, 2, and then finally get out of there. Maybe I'll just come back down and be able to do a shot out of there up to this supply zone right up here. So this supply zone, it only missed it by like 35%. Okay. So I do think there's a good shot for it to hit that. Boom, boom, boom for a 5x, guys. Okay. What was the other coin that I was mentioning? Oh, Render Coin. So Render Coin is right here, guys, on the daily chart. And You know, it's coming down. It could bounce off that 200 period moving average. You got to realize this has been in a pretty much a bullish trend for a year, and it's going to come back down. I still think these $1.57, $1.29, you know, $1.20 in that area is what I'd be checking out. I don't think it's going to make another shot. Okay, I think this is right here, little B wave, so A, B, and then a C, something like that, guys, to get that done and over with. Let's check this out. So you can see a third wave peak on the daily, up for a fifth, double. You got divergence all through there, bearish divergence. You know, doesn't mean it can't still go up though, because look at what it did on the weekly stochastics. So you got a divergence and it took everything out down here, but that doesn't mean it's going to go back up because it can hang out down there for a little while, guys. But yeah, it's definitely bullish. It's definitely bullish because it's resetting everything. So here's this bullish run, back up, back down. So right here, you can see how it took it out, made that massive amount of hidden bullish divergence to pop back up. And then here's this fifth wave area, and then came back down. So it is resetting it. It is resetting. And I'd say on the weekly, guys, you probably have a shot at the 40. I would say the 40. So by the time it gets over there, and you think about that, right on top of that gap, it might do a half fill on that gap. So you'd be looking at $1.61 to $1.50 would be a pretty decent zone for it, I would think. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.